Hello, welcome to my channel, Retirement After a Heart Transplant. If you're new here, my name's Alan, and I thank you for stopping by. I'm titling today's episode, Planning for Your Long-Term Retirement Needs. Now, these are short videos that I'm making on purpose, and that's a very big subject that you could talk about for a long, long time. I won't be doing that today. I'm going to focus on a few narrow things, topics, and particularly as they have applied to myself and my wife as we prepared for retirement and are now living in retirement. So several factors would, impact how you live in retirement. As I wrote down a couple of thoughts, I think number one, how and where do you want to be in retirement? Lots of things can influence that. Everything from your financial situation to perhaps where your children or grandchildren live, if you have children and grandchildren. So, do you want to retire to a golf village? Many things that would influence where you choose to live, how you choose to live. Everybody's situation is different. Obviously, there's no right or no wrong. I'll just talk today a little bit about how this all applied to my wife and I. Our retirement plans changed dramatically, probably 15 to 18 years ago. As I've said before, and many times in these videos, I had a heart transplant in 2013. Obviously, prior to that time, I had heart problems that led up to the heart transplant. Medical problems, had good insurance through my employers, but nonetheless, lots of cost associated with that. Inability to work for a while, that sort of thing. So these things dramatically affected my retirement planning. I was with a company for, a multinational company for about 25 years and got laid off along with 4,500 other people in North America. So I didn't feel too badly about it. That's just how things go. Again, that was another thing that ended up changing my retirement trajectory. So we recognized this early on, my wife and I, and we began to talk about it and look at the options. One of the big things that impacted us is that because of leaving that 25-year plus job and getting too sick to work shortly thereafter, I never really returned fully to my lifelong career, which was working in manufacturing management. I did a few other things along the way, but so my savings and planning for retirement changed dramatically. Kind of stopped, in terms of having a 401k or not a pension for sure, because I hadn't had a pension in a company since I was a very young man. Pensions are very uncommon anymore in companies. Anyway, as I said, we recognized this early. We were able to make adjustments and to now live comfortably in retirement and still do a lot of the things that we wanted to be able to do. In our case, we downsized. We moved to a rural and much more affordable area to live in, and still not too far away from our children and grandchildren. Tops about 2 hours driving time. We visit them often. They visit us often, so it's worked out fine thus far. So that just kind of sums up, how things work for us. I'm going to focus on a couple of very detailed, practical matters in this regard. The house that we moved into was a very old home built in 1938. Very good shape. The bones were in good shape, but we remodeled everything, new everything pretty much. New windows, new roof, lots of different things. Added on about 300 square feet of heated living space. Added on a 12-foot by 26-foot covered porch with a screen on it, which is where we spend as much of our time as we can, weather permitting. We like being there. So, we thought about, okay, what do we want to do to this house to make it enjoyable, livable, comfortable for the duration of our retirement, meaning probably the duration of our lives. Who knows how all that will go. There's no way to know for sure, but that was our thinking process as we went into this. So we made sure all the major systems that support you in living in a home were taken care of, in many cases replaced. A couple of big things that happened. We're on well water at this home. We're not on county or city water, so we have a well. The well had some problems. You know, we looked into it and found out what it was going to cost to fix those problems. In order to ensure that we had a well that we could rely on for many, many years, instead of fixing the problems with the old well, we had a new well put in. We spent a few $1,000s extra to have that done. And so that way we feel fairly confident that we'll never have to address that again. There's no guarantee of that, of course, but we're hoping we'd never have to address that again. Our HVA system had a problem, and this is pretty recent actually, and could have repaired it, spent less money, but the thing was getting a bit old. I don't know exactly how old it is, but I'm thinking it's about 20. It was about 20 years old. So instead of repairing the old one, I just bit the bullet and put a new HVA system in. Hopefully that will last us for as long as we need it. I know there's no guarantee of that, but that's the hope and prayer about that. So just practical things that we took care of, to make sure that this would be a comfortable place for us in retirement and a reliable place to live in. Other things, just touching on finances a little bit. Our finances are fine. They're not what they were going to be if I had looked at it 18 or 20 years ago. But we live comfortably, as I said. We have cash on hand. We have an emergency fund. We have a fund if we need to spend on something large, a big purchase. I just bought a new John Deere lawnmower 3 or 4 years ago now, and we had the cash to do that. I don't know if it'll always be that way, so hopefully that over time we'll be able to continue to keep that kind of liquid nest egg available to make big purchases. So there's not much else I really wanted to say other than these are things that impacted my wife and I, and that's our experience. Again, I'm keeping the video short. My next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about preparation in retirement and preparation for things that might happen either in your life or in the world, in your community, that could impact how you live. And I'm going to talk about how we have prepared for those things as well. So, as I said earlier, I appreciate you stopping by today. I would also appreciate if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Once again, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.